Three, two, one. Hello everyone, welcome back to the greatest podcast of all time, the ShaqGoat podcast. I'm here with Greg as always.
Yep.
And I'm here with Brandon as normal.
Hello,
Not as always, because he wasn't in the last podcast, which is the first podcast he ever missed. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
because he did say one word in the first episode. So.
Yeah, what a performance.
Yeah. Man of the match.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because of how the game went, but we are going to talk about football first because I'm fuming. Bloody fuming. Oh, but of course they want me to charge my bloody battery now when the game starts. I'm going to get the thing off my chest. I have to. What is wrong with Pep? Has he lost his mind?
Silence.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, seriously, I know who it is. Sure. Yeah.
Brandon doesn't have
Yeah.
a clue.
Basically, did you see the sub he made?
What sub?
Well, the first one was acceptable.
Oh,
no, it wasn't
Bernardo.
actually. So yeah, so
Was it Bernardo?
Subway?
the Bernardo one was acceptable because Bernardo was not playing well. I don't know what was up with
Oh,
Bernardo.
was it Zinchenko for Carl? Is
That
the
was
one
the
you're
worst
talking
one. But
Yeah,
first of all, he
me- my-
takes off Aguero,
Yeah.
which I know fitness, I know, but we needed a goal. We had no goals at the time, so we had no target man the entire game. And then he was like, and there was 10 minutes left, and the whole time I was begging, please bring on Ferran, because he's the closest thing we got to a decent player that can play striker. He can play striker, and we've seen him shoot. He can shoot. I really wanted Ferran on that pitch. He was like, let's bring on Zinchenko.
I was very confused.
I thought Pep was a player.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Brenton. Gee, I thought you knew football, you dumbass.
Hey,
So you
just
don't
'cause I'm
know
British.
more about football than basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Because at least you know the Lakers were in the final.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. That's the only thing. But why? What is wrong with Pep? What
I
did he? What was Zinchenko gonna do?
Score.
He played shit as well. He did not.
I mean,
To be fair, I couldn't really expect anything from him.
because he's playing left back.
Yeah, because he's playing left back and we're down. We're drawing with 10 minutes left. No, let's not bring on an attacking player. Let's bring on bloody Zinchenko. So,
Yeah. For
As
Kyle,
bad as
who's
Sterling-
who's been amazing.
exactly, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle had a good game. I bet Kyle was confused, just like, what the fuck is going on? And
Bring off Sterling and put on Ferran or something.
yeah, yeah,
Make
that's
it
what I
good
was gonna
sub.
get to. Stone was awful. He's not. He wasn't too bad when Aguero was on the pitch, but that's the way it
He
should have
didn't
stayed.
do. He just didn't do anything, really.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
Yeah. That's why new summer signing from Manchester City is Sadio Mane. Yay!
Jesus,
and
no.
and
He plays
Sterling
well
has
on the
gone back
wing,
to
but
Liverpool.
they barely let him play on the wing. They made him
Well,
play striker. He's not a striker. And
He
I could
can be.
understand it when we didn't have Jesus or Aguero, but we have Aguero now, and he was playing well. Jesus Christ! And I was like, we need to bring on some like creativity at half time. So we've got the striker, we've got Sergio there. We just need the creativity. That's what we did. Brought on Phil. Good. Bringing off Sergio was not the thing we wanted. I think it should have been Phil for Gundogan, because Gundogan wasn't bad, he just didn't really do anything. He just...
Literally, Ruben Diaz was a better midfielder than Gundogan.
Oh, I know, I love Ruben, man. Like, he is just
He
brilliant.
he did make a couple of mistakes, but I mean, when you're starting in the Premier League from the bloody Portuguese league, I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So.
He didn't make many mistakes. So.
He made like 2 or 3, I would say at most. At most 2 or 3. He did
Petty
foul.
mistakes.
Yeah, he did foul someone for a free kick late on. Can't remember. I think it was Fornals he fouled.
It
was barely a foul, but it was. He did stand on his foot, which I mean, it's just like
really.
for the refs. For the refs, though, that's like yes, please.
That was just a dive. Like he's just Diaz couldn't have done anything about that. Oh, what a ball! Sorry. Yeah, Raheem needs to improve. He did not play well, but at the end of the day, there's no one I can blame more than Pep. My dad stayed downstairs to find out what Pep was doing, like you know, in the end, like what was running through his mind. But I can't even stay downstairs and watch. I can't. It's too painful.
That's that annoying West Ham player or fan. I think he was a player, but now he's a West Ham fan. Going on like, oh, West Ham defended well. Yeah, that's what you get when you put 7 guys at the back.
Oh, I know. That was annoying.
It's like saying our defense wasn't good, but then the thing is that we conceded 1, they conceded 1, and apparently their defense was outstanding, and our defense was like, it was okay. But then think about it, we had 4 at the back, right? They had 20 at the back.
And to
even
be fair,
David Moyes got in for a header or something.
To be fair, our defense was really good. That first goal was just out of nowhere. Like we couldn't have done anything about that. That was just brilliant. Straight up, we couldn't have done anything about that.
Antonio is becoming like West Ham's like main player.
Yeah, and he came off and we still didn't play well.
Well, no, he did get injured. I think that was the reason for it. So that's fair.
No, I'm not saying it was a bad idea to bring. I'm just saying when we didn't capitalise on him being off the pitch.
We did dominate though. We dominated more.
We dominated possession, but we still didn't take the chances. Like, what was Mahrez doing at the end of the game?
Yeah.
And he just... I wish he went... Does he want to run it into the net? Or he can't shoot, man.
He wanted to do that Balotelli goal, where he like shouldered it into the net. He wanted to chest it into the net.
But even Balotelli took a shot off that. Like, he took a shot and it hit the crossbar. And then he hit it with his shoulder.
Yeah,
I just got injured in a drop-in match on Pro Clubs. I didn't even know that was a possibility.
And what? You just out? Just like send you into a next match?
I've got up now, but I've got no energy. So, and I'm a winger as well. So it's not very helpful right now. Yeah, I'm just a pace merchant on Pro Clubs. Yeah, I won't talk about Pro Clubs. Have we got anything more to say about the game?
No, because I mean...
It was good.
It was not good, Brandon.
You're not good, Brandon. Shut up.
Yeah, you're not good.
No, I feel like it's just us getting into the season. I know that sounds bad when we've got the team that we would, but we don't have the team that we do.
That is true.
When we're missing the players that we need and we're a game behind, it feels like 8 points is like not the worst in the. It feels like it's a start, but it's not the start we need. I feel like even if we came like 3rd in the Premier League and it was one of those seasons, and then next season we came back and we won the Premier League, but then this season we like won the Champions League. You know, like Liverpool did it. So they won the Champions League and then they won the Premier League because they were getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
I feel like if we do that, I feel like that's better than just trying to go for the Premier League and then doing shocking in the Champions League, you know?
Yeah, that is one good thing. We're playing good in the Champions League at the moment.
Champions League football's good, because I know it's Porto that we just beat, but I mean, like, Porto were good.
Porto did play well, and the best in our group.
Except Pepe is shocking.
Yeah. It's because he's 37.
Pepe did a dive in that game where it was like the Marcus Smart dive where he looked like a fish. Or was that Bradley Beal? Oh no, it was Bradley Beal. Where he did like flish, like he flopped up like a fish and then fell on the ground. And he was like, what? And then that's what Pepe did. He like jumped in the end, like flopped about like a fish, and then fell on the ground and went, "That's a foul."
That's exactly, yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I just want to move on from that game.
Yeah, I just wanted
I
to
want to
quickly
move on
get
to
that
making
out.
everyone laugh. I need to make everyone laugh.
Yeah.
We need to make the watchers laugh. That's
Yeah,
what we need.
I think I just wanted to quickly get that out the way because I had so much to
Why
say.
not?
Really, it was just about
Oh, and
Pep.
before
Really. I
we
don't know what's going on.
before we move on from football, Man United are getting relegated, and yeah, that's all I want to say. Because Man United against Chelsea, if Brighton win and Man United lose, Man United go 17th.
Yes.
So yeah, Brighton to win, Man United to lose.
This season is just weird.
Yeah, all the bad teams. I mean, to be fair, West Ham have been amazing. West Ham have been amazing. They beat Leicester 3-0, who beat us 5-2. So when you think about that standard, it makes you feel a bit better.
A little bit.
A little bit, not a lot, a little bit. When they're getting beat, when we're getting heavily beaten by Leicester, and then Leicester are heavily beaten by them, they seem like the overall amazing team, and then we drew. So I don't know. It seems like we've done better.
We did play better than the Leicester game. Yeah, it's just I think it was Pep really. The players played well. We just didn't have the support of the substitute. They didn't have the right subs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Pep. Lost
And there's a
game.
thing going on saying Pep's like at some point gonna get sacked, and then we're gonna bring in like Pochettino or something. Pochettino.
I hate as much as I hate what Pep did today. Pep out is so ridiculous. After all he's done for us, and you're like, oh, Pep out. That's just people on Twitter that I've no idea about.
Not
football.
even City fans.
Yeah, not even City fans, but they just say it anyway. They're plastics. Oh, Liverpool fans.
Mainly Liverpool fan. I'm Man United fan. Either one. I mean, no. Man United fans are mainly grieving over the fact that they're 16th. Instead of
we're not in the top
20th,
half,
so-
but at least we're not. At least we're not relegated.
At least we're not in the relegation zone. Like, that is literally end of the season. Like, that's where Southampton were last season, and now Southampton are right below us. So it's like, oh, I guess the tables have turned.
How the turntables.
How the turntables, as Brennan likes that saying. And he's just quiet as hell, but I know he likes it, so.
Well, we're moving on off from football now, so.
Yeah, so
maybe
Brennan can
you'll
actually
be a bit
speak.
happier. Do you guys have any topics before I get onto mine?
No.
Alright.
No, no.
I'm gonna quickly talk about. I've seen 2 movies over the past few days.
So
I'm
am
gonna
I.
talk about one more than the other.
Okay.
So I watched Shutter Island first, which was actually brilliant. I really recommend that. It's on Netflix.
Don't know what that is.
It's like a thriller. It's like mind twisting, like The Shining was, but even more mind. It's not as good as The Shining, but it's more mind twisting. It's really good. So I'm not really going to talk about that. Just what I really recommend it. I gave it a 10. It's very good. I want to talk about a film that I didn't even finish. It was that bad because talking about films that were garbage is more fun than talking about films that are good.
Go on.
I watched a film I wanted to see when I was younger, and that's how bad the marketing was, because it was not really a kids movie, but they marketed it as a kids movie. It's Neighbours, the Bad Neighbours movie, the one with Seth Rogen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still don't know. I know Seth Rogen, but I don't know the film.
Well, it was shit.
Sounds great.
At one point it was just bearable. You could just watch it and you weren't really paying attention. You were kind of just like, I'm really bored. I'll just watch this. But at one point it was just like unwatchable. So I don't want to get into details, not because of sport, because it's just disgusting. So it'll go from like fart jokes to jokes about being on mushrooms to jokes about like poo, and then jokes about babies eating condoms.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't want to get into detail about it, but I stopped watching at the bit where she was breastfeeding her baby, but she drank alcohol the previous night, so there's poison in her breast. So she asked Seth Rogen to milk her. I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm turning that off. What? No, that isn't acceptable.
Right, and this is a kids' film.
Well, it's not a kids' film, but it was marketed as a kids' film. It's a 15, but
it's a kids' film.
So the plot is that like teenagers move in next door and they're partying really loud. So they're like back and forth, and they like try to annoy him by being like cool parents and stuff like that. That sounds like a Nickelodeon film, doesn't it?
Alrighty, yes.
Yes. So obviously, this came out when I was about in year 4, I think. Obviously, I wanted to watch it when I was in year 4. You look at it as a 15, I was like, what? Because it's the most mixed film of all time.
It's like going onto Steam and searching up mixed games.
Yeah.
Or scrolling down the PlayStation store for an hour. That's what I did yesterday, and that got dark. That got very dark. I actually want to find what was the game. Let me find the games that I found. That was the funniest one of them all, which was, here we go. The funniest one that I found was Toy Stunt Bike Tip Tops Trials, and it's basically BMX game, but then it's a monkey that wears a top hat and a jacket, and it's in someone's house.
Yeah, I looked at the pictures you sent me, and I was like, I don't have any words for stuff like that, Will. Like, what do I say?
You say, how did you find these games because they look so fun to play?
I'm very hyped to play that game.
Yeah, Tip Tops Trials. Can't wait.
What did you watch then? Because you said you watched 2
Oh yeah,
things as well.
I did watch. I don't. Did I watch 2? Did I watch 1? I watched 1 or 2. I can't remember. I did watch one film, which was Overlord, as that came out on Netflix, and that was great.
Overlord.
Overlord. It's a It's about it's a World War II movie. Kind of like a. Yeah. It's like intelligence going into France to try and figure out what's in this base. It's Nazi base, and it's really good. It reminded me heavily of COD World War II Zombies. It reminded me heavily of that. Heavily, because there's a lot of the scenery that was like that, and then obviously there is zombies. It's like they kill people and then bring them back into super mutants. So, yeah.
That just sounds crazy.
It is, and it's very good, and it's very violent. And I was watching it downstairs, and my mum said, "Turn off that torture, please." So I had to watch it upstairs. I had to watch the final 30 minutes upstairs. But yeah,
well,
it was great though. Yeah, it was really good. Obviously, I'm into the whole war thing, so yeah, gore and war, as they rhyme. So, my film, but definitely not everyone's film. Definitely not everyone's film. It was, yeah, it was just very heavy on the torture and the gore. But still very good film, very very good. So no issues with it.
Well, talking about Gore, actually, I was listening to a Jar Media podcast, and they were saying that they've seen quite a few superhero movies, and they're like, yeah, but I wish there was more gore. And then
more gore.
And they were saying, yeah, imagine they just had a gore into they said they saw a Harry Potter a Harry Potter film, a Chamber of Secrets, I think it was, and it was like really long to the point where they had it like a break halfway through.
Yeah.
So they said, imagine during that like 15-minute break, they just had like a gore part. It's just gore out of context. I think that's
great.
everyone's dream, because everyone loves Gore apparently now, which I did not know.
Yeah, Gore's great. Yeah.
Just out of context, just Gore.
Yeah. I mean, no, you want in context Gore, but yeah, I mean, everyone likes a bit of Gore. Because like that's the one thing I find like when I watched this may seem like the most stupidest thing in the world, but when I watched the Lego Batman movie, instantly you're thinking, what the hell? Why are we going on about the Lego Batman movie going from Gore? But
yeah.
it's at the end of the Lego Batman movie, spoiler alert, where in the end they end up working together with the supervillains to save the world. What the hell? It's just Batman and Joker. They just go, do you wanna combine heads and just save the world now? Sure, why not? It's not like I've got that far that the world is on the edge of being blown up, and I'm going to just say, let's work together now. Nice one. No, I want Batman to kill Lego Joker and then stop the machine. Not help him. Like,
it was a very cheesy, and I have watched that.
It was very bad.
I watched it in the cinema. The film wasn't awful, to be fair. It's just that ending.
No. Yeah. Same with the Lego movie. Like, I thought the Lego movie was going to have this big ending. I know I'm going about Lego a lot, but it's always with the Lego films, so it's just like, it ends as in they just end up working together, and then just... I mean, like, that had a different ending, because that was meant to be like that. But
Lego movie was actually good, though. Lego movie
that
is
had a
classic.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still want one of those. I still want at least one ending where the good guy wins, or even the bad guy wins. I don't want the bad guy to be on the edge of winning and then just give up for no reason, just for the sake of it. Just like, oh, why not?
Yeah, but at least the Lego movie one made sense.
Yeah,
it was built
exactly.
up like that.
It's
Batman one
it's
just
like
was out of nowhere, really.
Yeah, I know. He's just like, okay, let's work together. It's like with the Lego movie, he got his trust and got his, tried to get him on his side, which was fair because he just wasn't gonna win.
Because it's a masterpiece.
Exactly. But yeah, just going. I know Gore and Lego is just impossible to go together, but my whole point is just, when there's a part that could have some kind of, disaster, or a bit of gore, or a bit of a defeat for someone you don't expect, just have it. Don't just change it because, say you didn't have a budget. Well, I mean that's fair, but say you didn't just want to have to do more effort.
So basically, your message is, if it's a Lego movie, it should have 7 minutes of gore at the very least.
It should have at least someone dying. At least someone should die. I mean, to be fair, in the Lego movie, there was deaths. There was heavy deaths. There was heavy deaths, but
that's why the movie's good. That's the only reason people like it.
Exactly, but still, just other films that come on. You make it look so good, and you make it think, how have they done this? And it's so interesting, and then the ending's garbage.
Except for the Lego movie.
So, yeah, except for that's an exception.
Yeah.
Because it's actually good.
Because it's the greatest film of the year that it came out in.
Yeah, because we've still got Shrek and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon, did you watch anything?
I watched the SpongeBob movie, and that was pretty scary.
Which one?
Yeah, there's a
It's
couple.
the one where Poseidon's like, I'm gonna kill Krabby thing.
The first one, then.
Yeah. And
First
they
one's
have to
the
go to
best.
the wasteland.
Yeah, the first one.
They're bringing out a third, It's coming out on Netflix as well. But it was supposed to come out in cinemas, but they're just releasing it on Netflix now because of the virus. I'm really hyped, actually.
I know. I'm watching that.
Yeah, because I mean, the first one's unbeaten. It's forever going to be unbeaten.
yeah.
I'd be very surprised if the third's better.
I'm a
But-
goofy Cooper, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm a
exactly.
goofy Cooper, yeah.
But
We're a
the
goofy
second one
Cooper.
wasn't as bad as people said. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't.
No.
It
wasn't
as bad
great.
as it wasn't as bad as people said. I don't think. I quite liked it. At times. The rap at the end was a bit weird. I didn't really get that. I was like, what?
They always do that. We just add in a song and that wins the day.
Especially in the
We can't
Lego.
have any
It's
violence.
always connected to the Lego movies. Lego movies.
We
Always...
can't have. Yeah.
Especially Lego
we can't
Movie
have any
2.
violence. No
Oh,
violence.
Yeah.
Why? Why? What was? Actually, I don't. know. I
Gore and
haven't watched it.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob 3 will have
SpongeBob
Gore.
Gore.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh.
SpongeBob bleeds water. So
Yeah,
don't forget
That won't
that when
look-
I'm making it.
That won't be disgusting though. That's not the right type
Exactly.
of gore.
Yeah, no, it's fair. Sandy would definitely bleed
What?
because Sandy's.
Oh,
a
you're
squirrel,
talking
so-
about Sandy from SpongeBob. I thought he was talking
Yeah.
about a dog. I was like, what are you
Not
on
your dog.
about?
I'm not.
Oh
no,
my
no,
God, no.
no one's killing your dog. Damn it! I meant
I'll
Sandy
kill your
Cheeks
dog.
from SpongeBob, the bloody squirrel, not the dog.
My dog will definitely bleed in a new SpongeBob movie.
What about Mr. Krabs? Mr. Krabs would just turn into
Money.
Well,
It'd be money
yeah.
bleeding.
I
He'd
have a
bleed money.
feeling that he doesn't bleed, and that in reality, in the third movie, he's gonna go to a restaurant and people rip off his claws and all of his shells and eat him.
What?
I guess that is the fair way of having Mr. Krabs score.
I have no words.
That's how I would do it.
I
That's how
know
you
that's
want
how
to eat crab.
I know that's how you would do it, Brandon. Because you just find the weird way of doing it.
I don't think we should have Brandon right in the next SpongeBob movie.
They should have
talking
me.
about?
Yeah, it should be me.
I think Mr. Krabs is like always bleeding. I think he has like HIV or something.
Internally.
Yeah,
Internal bleeding.
forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Internal HIV.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. Yeah,
It's
well,
not. Well, yeah.
yeah,
Because you
well,
can't
yeah.
get outernal HIV. You can't get HIV on the outside.
How do you know, Mr.
Yeah, how would you
Nobody?
know?
Yeah.
What do you mean, how
HIV
would I know?
inspector.
Sorry?
The HIV inspector.
Yeah, the AIDS inspector.
Yeah.
You're the AIDS inspector because you have them.
If I had them, then I wouldn't be the AIDS inspector.
Yeah, you would, because then you know what they look like.
Yeah, but if I'm the inspector, I'd have them removed.
You can't have
That'd be the inspector.
You can't
Can't
have them
inspect yourself.
removed.
You can,
Yeah.
you can just rip them off.
But you
With your
can't expect
testicles.
yourself. Though. I mean, that's a solution.
Yeah.
Is it?
Not a very good one. Yeah. It's just... It's not the
An
greatest.
amazing solution.
No.
I am
wouldn't
now a
really-
scientist, Will. I
Oh, how are you
cure
now?
people.
You cure people of their AIDS, which is uncurable.
Yeah.
I've got a. He's got the gay. No, I got the.
I got the vagina kind.
Yeah, the vagina guy. I got the vagina guy.
I got AIDS, but not the gay kind, the vagina kind.
Oh.
Danny DeVito is goated.
Yeah, I know, he's such a good Mexican.
No,
Oh
for
my
God's sake,
God.
not this again. Go!
Go! 3, go!
Oh,
Inside jokes. Inside
Yeah.
jokes.
we need to stop doing them on the podcast because no one has any idea.
No one,
what we're
no
doing.
one gets them. No one gets them.
And we will never explain them.
Let's just make them louder so then they sound funny. Because that's how
Yes.
people work. Or really immediate. Because that's how you get people to laugh.
Bring on Aiden
You make
to
something-
say it.
Like, you say something like really slowly and then you just shout something like in a second and everyone starts laughing. That's how things work.
Yes, that is comedy.
That is comedy. That is funny. That is Simpson. Another inside joke. God damn it.
Like I said before, I watched this podcast called Jar, and they get this question, they get this sort of question like every episode to do like Q&As. I was thinking we should definitely do one ourselves. They get a question.
What questions? What questions? We never get questions.
We don't ask for questions, to be fair.
We don't get them anyway.
We don't care about viewers. If you wanna ask a question, feel free.
Question time.
But
Brandon, do you have AIDS?
Because they have a good attraction on their podcast.
Yeah.
So their most commonly asked question is which person on the podcast is which Madagascar character? So for example, so what would ours be?
Melvin.
Who would be Alex first of all? We gotta start with Alex.
Alex. Max.
Nah.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. I don't know.
We're not very similar to the Madagascar.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the joke.
We'd all be Melvin. We're all Melvin.
It's not supposed to be easy. Right, yeah, Max is Alex.
Yeah, Max is Alex, because he's an idiot.
I'd say you're definitely Marty, because you're black.
Yes, of course. Why didn't I think of that one?
I'd say I am Mort. Because the
Small.
translation of Mort is dead. So I'm dead.
And you're small.
Oh
Fits
no! Brandon would be Mort, because Brandon is dead.
Ah,
For instance.
And
Brandon
I'm
isn't
crazy.
small. But
Yeah.
Brandon isn't small. Oh,
What?
would Brandon be King Julian? Brandon could be King Julian.
Brandon would be King Julian. Puya would be I know Puya's not on the podcast, but Puya would be Mort.
Perfect.
Oh no, but then Will would have to be King Julian because he's Puya's dad. So
Oh yeah.
Will is
I'm
King Julian.
I'm King Julian.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's where Mort came from.
Mort definitely came from there.
Yeah, but he well, he didn't come from Will either, did he, Puya?
Yeah,
he adopted
adopted.
him.
Adopted son. So
Mort was never adopted by King Julian.
He kind of did.
there he was. Yeah, he was. What? They're gonna have a legal document. They're in the
Did you not see the
Madagascar jungle.
series?
No.
No.
I watched the films.
Yeah, we're normal.
Wow. I can't believe you.
We're going on about the normal films. Not the stupid series.
The series is connected to the films before they ended up
Really?
coming into the series, and the
Oh,
series was
really?
before the
I
films.
don't care.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No,
Because
it
it had
really
certain
wasn't.
characters that weren't in the film.
Brandon making up his own logic.
What? I just don't have any words for that.
Brandon doesn't know what he's going on about. There's your words.
Yeah. The films were first, Brandon.
Yeah.
We should
Do
all
you mean a
binge watch the
prequel?
series, though.
It's like Lord of the Rings. The films were so.
Don't talk about Lord of the
Do you
Rings.
mean
I'll have
The
no
Hobbit?
idea what you're going on
Do you mean The
about.
Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings? As in, it's a
The
prequel.
Lord of the Rings came first.
Don't talk
Yes.
about
The
Lord
Hobbit
of the
came
Rings.
second.
And then we
I
had
have
the
no idea
The
what-
prequel,
Hobbit
which
was
is The
before
Hobbit.
The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's called a prequel. You.
Yeah, so
mock-
maybe the series was a
Muppet.
prequel.
Yes. Yeah, but it didn't come first.
But
So,
it doesn't
we're not-
matter.
Yes, it does, because we're
Because
not
it
going
still
on about
has
prequels.
lore.
Not talk about Lord of the Rings. I have no idea about the Lord of the Rings.
Why are we talking about the lore of bloody Madagascar? It's
Because
Madagascar.
that's interesting. That's interesting, unlike Lord of the Rings.
How dare you.
No, Lord of the Rings is just like 2 hours of just watching people do nothing.
Exactly.
Lord of the Rings has a better
No
storyline
interest.
than Madagascar.
Are you kidding?
What? Nah.
Have you watched
Nah.
Madagascar 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it has a father and a mother, and
Yeah.
he's really
Exactly.
fucking weird.
Backstory.
How is it weird?
Because
Man,
he's a
you're
child.
weird.
That's why he looks weird. Because he's a child. He's not. It's not like he's
But
shrunk
he's not a
in the
child.
time.
He's got a full-grown mane.
Madagascar. Madagascar 2 doesn't abide by our logic, it abides by its own. That's why the lore is so interesting. But it's like, oh, damn, that's like really cool.
That's why
Because-
Brandon doesn't get prequels, because he just said young Alex. It's just Alex accidentally shrunk.
I didn't know you were talking about young Alex.
Yeah, and
thought you
Madagascar
What
meant-
Alex were
2.
you talking about?
What, the middle Alex? The one
bit,
that...
no, the bit where they're in like this massive coliseum and he's walking with the other little
The
kids.
third one. The third film. Why?
The third film is shocking. No one talks about the third film.
I know.
Everyone
No,
talks
it's
about the
the
second, 'cause
second
it's the best
film.
one.
No, it's not. The third film's the one where
third
they
film,
go...
he goes to the circus.
Yeah, which
That's
goes
the
to
third,
Rome.
Yeah, and he goes to. He's in France at one point. He's just.
There aren't
everywhere.
any other lines in the third film.
What?
We know. What are you
Yeah,
going on
exactly.
about?
I said
What
he's
are
with the other little lions in the second film.
The little lion is Alex in the second film.
No, past that. That's like right at the start of the fucking film. Halfway through the film, you find his
can't
father,
breathe.
you find
Oh,
his mother. He does this fucking trial with all the little ones or something else.
Yeah, but they've
got
got the
daddy
exact same
issues.
model
Oh.
as little Alex.
You know, let's bring a
he
reference to
has
the third
5
film
twins.
and say that I'm gonna
No, you
shove
don't
you in
have
a box,
twins. It's
Brandon.
just lions look the same. They don't
Yeah.
have to be
Wow,
twins.
racist, am I right?
Brandon, I'm gonna shove you in a box like they did in the first film. Like, I'm gonna just shove you right in a box and just lock that box with like 50 chains and tell you to watch the Madagascar movies in the box, all of them, so then you get the idea of what we're going on about and how wrong you are.
I know exactly what happens in all of that.
Oh really? Oh really? Yeah. The guy that was going on about the series, like.
Right, we're
10
gonna
minutes
have
ago.
to we're gonna have to rewatch Madagascar 2 altogether now. Brandon's put it to that point. Like,
It
Isn't
starts
that the one
off
with like that hippo
where
guy? Called Moto.
he's
no,
Yes.
chasing a butterfly,
Moto.
and then
Yeah, and then he gets captured.
caught. Yeah, I never went on about that. I literally never went on about
Yeah, that's
that.
what
did.
we were going on.
we talked about the little lions.
I was yeah, I talked about the little lions, not whatever his name is, being a little lion.
Oh, you forgot his name.
Yeah, but the little lions are in 2, not 3.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't speak
Yeah,
about
you
free,
said
but
Rome.
You just
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
assumed.
you
you
did.
said
You were talking
Rome.
about
I
You
never
said
said
Rome.
Rome. I said in the Colosseum of
In
rock
Rome.
formation.
When was the Colosseum in number 2?
Yeah, exactly.
When they
That's
have.
in Rome.
Oh my
don't-
god.
I don't know who would build a
Brandon needs to
Colosseum
catch
in
Brandon's
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
who would no
Not
no
a
sorry it wasn't-
literal Colosseum.
in-
A Colosseum made out of rock formation.
That's not a Colosseum.
that's not a Colosseum.
It's a type of Colosseum.
No, it's not.
it's what you think is a type of Colosseum. It's not a Colosseum because who would make a Colosseum in Africa? That's my
The
point.
Fucking animals made it with
The animals.
amazing skill.
The zebras.
Oh, God.
The zebras with their hands. Yeah.
It's like the sacrificial volcano. Like,
What?
that isn't a sacrificial volcano. They didn't make it. Yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't mean there's a Colosseum, though.
There is.
There's not a Colosseum.
Okay, we're gonna watch the Madagascar, the second film, and I'm gonna tell you everything.
Actually,
of what I mean,
actually-
because you're just You're
just gonna change your
confused.
mind halfway through. Because there's
No,
not
I'm
a
not.
Colosseum.
I'm really not. There is. You
Alright,
just don't
well,
get what I
what's-
mean by the Colosseum.
Why should just like be like a wall?
Do you know, instead of watching the movies again, I think we all need to play. This could be a video as well for the channel.
Madagascar
We need to
2
play
football.
Madagascar 2 the game.
Yeah.
Football.
The
We need to
football.
play that together.
We
Just well, it's called the soccer mode because it's
do. Because
you know.
they're American. And
Because they're
they
American.
suck.
But yeah, no, the game doesn't suck. The game is
No,
amazing.
Americans just suck. Except for the people
Yeah.
that developed Madagascar 2.
Oh yeah,
and for
I
the
know.
people that watch
Basically,
this podcast, they are also very cool.
every shot gets saved, every shot gets skied, and every
Nah, I don't believe
tackle
that.
just counts as being killed. So
You
it's
don't
like
believe
FIFA.
Brandon, you have so much to experience when you play this game.
Oh, I know.
No, I said I don't believe, and everyone who's watching the podcast as well. Every American who watches the podcast is cool. Yeah, I don't believe that.
You don't
Really?
believe- Comment
So you
down
would
if you're
say-
American.
So you would say Donald Trump is very
I
cool?
bet.
Donald Tr-
No, he's not.
If Donald Trump's watching
Well, that's one
our
American.
podcast, then he is cool.
No,
Ah.
he's not.
He's officially
He's
cool.
a
now.
racist, sexist motherfucker.
So he
Bill's
is.
racist and he's
All
still
of-
cool.
He spent all of literally everyone's taxes on making a fence across Mexico.
Yeah, but if he's watching the ShaqGoat podcast, then he's.
Then he's very cool.
Oh, have you seen that video where this guy he's walking down the street and he sees Boris Johnson, and he goes to like he says yes Boris, and he puts out his fist to fist bump, and he goes hello, and he puts his fist out and and the guy moves it away from Boris. I was like, oh, poor Boris. Like, I've never felt sorry for Boris until now. He just looks so
So-
depressed.
Oh, poor Boris. He's been denied.
No.
That's it.
He's
He
been
was like-
denied a green card.
I mean, like, but I don't like what he does in politics. I really don't. But he seems like a nice guy. He-
With a bad haircut.
with a bad haircut, and he don't know how to run a country. But he seems like a nice guy in general.
You know what I like about British comedies?
What?
Go on.
All I have to do is go and look at the House of Parliament and how they argue, and that's funny.
Nah, I guess boring eventually. That's the problem.
Do you know?
Because I was watching it once, and all that happened was this one guy. Boris was sat down. This one guy was just shouting in his face about some random shit, and everyone was just going yay and nay. It's pretty fucking fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. The proper like posh, and then they say Mr. Speaker every time. Like Jesus, man, just speak. Mr. Speaker don't even speak anyway. Oh.
Maybe Boris Johnson knows more about Madagascar too.
He does. He knows more than Brandon anyway.
So definite.
Yeah.
You'll get what I mean when we watch
No.
it.
No,
You'll
we
get
won't.
it.
I'm
It'll be a
literally gonna be
rock,
looking out
and
for a
you'll be like, yeah,
Colosseum
that's what a Colosseum is.
We'll see like the rock that Moto lies on, and you'll say, oh look, there it is.
It's a Colosseum.
I'm gonna go make my lunch. I'll be back in a sec.
Alright, we'll take a quick break.